What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is I, David, and welcome back to another Persona video. Today, I'm going to give you guys 8 of my personal reasons why I think Persona 4 Golden, Persona 3 Portable as well, but we're going to focus on 4 Golden today, and why I think the remastered version of the game, releasing on all modern platforms January 19th, 2023, is worth playing in 2023 or later, whenever you're watching this video. As always, before we get into the swing of things, if you're new to the channel and you want to stay up to date on anything in terms of Atlus, SMT, and Persona, make sure to subscribe, ring that notification bell as well to never miss out on all Atlus news and content. But without any further ado, let's just jump right into it with my personal reasons as to why you need to play Persona 4 Golden Remastered in 2023. Now, first of all, if you don't know, Persona 4 Golden is the 4th mainline installment in the Persona series. Golden is a re-release of Persona 4 with additional content, new features, all that good jazz. It released in 2012 on the PlayStation Vita, and it got re-released for the first time in 2020 on PC via Steam. As of 2023, the game is playable on Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass, PC, all Xbox platforms, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, 5. It is on all modern platforms, which is really amazing. I have a lot of reasons, so I just want to get right into it. So first of all, I think Persona 4 Golden is an extremely good starting point. So if you're new to Persona, this is a great game to start with. Persona 4 Golden, this version of the game has difficulty options. It has difficulty options that you can change whenever you want in-game, which is really cool. The game itself is not that hard. I know Persona and SMT are well known for being rough games, kind of hard, except Persona 5 Royal specifically is pretty easy, but otherwise most of the games are kind of challenging for someone who's new to Japanese role-playing games and role-playing games in general. P4G is a great starting point in that regards. You need no prior knowledge of Persona, so you can jump right into 4 Golden, no problem. And also, one thing that can be very intimidating with Persona releases is the length of these games, and Persona 4 Golden honestly isn't bad at all. It is a pretty long JRPG, but it's short compared to Persona 3 Portable and Persona 5 Royal, so it is a great starting point in that regards as well. So I did talk about difficulty options, but another thing which is very cool from the re-release, the remastered version of the game, is that they added a new feature, and it's a new quick save feature. So I don't really have to explain it. Quick save, it's easy. You can save whenever you want, wherever you are in game, and that's really awesome because in the original game you have to save at specific points in the game, and sometimes there's a lot of backtracking that you have to do, and when you die, let's say against a boss, you have to go through multiple floors, and it's kind of an asshole. So now with this version of the game, if you want to, you don't have to, but you have this quick save feature to save your ass if you suck. That's kind of rough, but I mean, you get what I mean. It's just a cool feature to have, and if you're someone who just wants the regular save points, they're still there, so it is a new option. Other than that, what I think is great about Persona 4 Golden and just Persona 4 in general is that if you start playing Persona with this game, it gives you access to other games. The Persona 4 universe is great. Games and other media as well. Persona 4 Dancing is a very solid spin-off of Persona 4. It has its own story, the dancing minigame is great, and most of the tracks in-game are absolutely awesome, so that's great. And now, you also have Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, which is playable on all platforms but Xbox right now. So that's also very fun. If you're playing Persona 4 Golden in 2023 and you're like, hey, I want more, it's an option, and it's an accessible thing to do. Persona 4 Dancing, though, is only on PlayStation, so that's where you can play it, whether it's Vita or PS4, right? You have to buy the Endless Night Collection or something if you want to get it on PS4, which is kind of a bummer, but hey, don't sleep on the anime. Persona 4 has an anime, and it's Persona 4 the animation. It's absolutely great. So P4G, it opens the door to great media outside of the main game itself, better than other spin-offs from other Persona games, in my opinion. So that is a very solid reason as to why you need to play that one. Now, in my opinion, Persona 4 itself is just a good game. It is a good game. It's the most unique Persona game, in my personal opinion. Even though it's not my favorite, I'm comfortable saying that. The small town of Inaba, Yu Narukami, and the investigation team are absolutely awesome. Whenever I play this game, I feel right at home, and it feels strange, but it's a comforting, it's a relaxing game. It's very fun to play at all times, even though it's kind of like a murder mystery type of game. It's an experience. Persona 4 is the favorite game of a lot of people, and it's one of the reasons on my list as to why you need to play it. The game does not feel like an 11-year-old game at all. It feels very modern. Speaking of being everyone's favorite game, it is the game that is on all must-play PlayStation Vita games lists. It is out there on all the lists, on most lists at least. It is a must-play. It is a crazy good game. It is critically acclaimed on Metacritic and other sites. Most people like that game quite a bit. It is a turn-based RPG with great dungeons to explore, an amazing cast of characters, a fantastic soundtrack, and this is not a review of the game, it's just play it. It is an extremely solid game that you need to play. It broke most concurrent players playing a JRPG on Steam when it launched in 2020, so it's just saying a lot. It's a 10-year-old game, and look at how much people enjoyed it when it dropped on PC, so give it a shot, you guys. It's very, very awesome. Now, another new thing that this version of the game added is extremely cool. So, Persona 4 Golden, just like Persona 5 Royal, is a game where you have the calendar system. You have social links. You have a similar structure. So you play the game, you meet a new character, you play their character arc with their dungeon and all that stuff. If you played the remastered version of Persona 5 Royal last October, let's say you have a Switch and you first tried Persona with Persona 5 Royal, you'll feel right at home with Persona 4 Golden. It shares a very, very similar structure while being very different in terms of gameplay, story, and not so much gameplay. It has differences, obviously, but you can see that it's the next game. P5 is the next game from P4. It's just a very solid release in that regards, but you'll feel right at home. And I want to get to the social links because one of the new features that Persona 4 Golden on modern platforms offers is that you have an album feature. So if you go back to your room, to Yu Narukami's room, the protagonist, you can open the album feature while sitting down in the sofa, and that allows you to re-experience and reread the previous social links that you already completed. So that is very cool, especially if you're a content creator like me. That's a very cool option. If I want to go ahead and record one of the older social links that I already beat completely, a max rank, I can go back to rank 2 and just re-experience it for another time and record gameplay if I feel like I need to record gameplay. So that is also another great feature that this game offers. And to wrap up this list of reasons why you need to play Persona 4 Golden in 2023 is the remastered version that they're dropping for $20 on all platforms is the best version of the game. No doubts in my mind. Now, the game runs at a high definition on all platforms. It's 60 frames per second on all platforms. The loading times are extremely short on all platforms. It is a very, very solid port on all platforms, no matter where you're playing it. Whether you're playing on Xbox, PC, Switch, PlayStation, it works well and it's great on all platforms. If you are trying Persona 4 Golden in 2023 for the first time, drop a comment below and let me know what you think. I'm very curious to hear your opinion on it. Drop a like if this video convinced you to try the Persona 4 Golden in 2023. I appreciate you guys watching. I'll have more coverage in the upcoming days for sure. But I hope you enjoyed this quick little video. Enjoy your launch and don't forget to check out Persona 3 Portable. It is also a very solid game. Bye.